All right, thank you very much. This is Steve with Firm Placement, coming to you again today to bring you another homemade video. This is called My Story Part 2 / Follow Your Dreams. All right, in the last video I talked about our story and where we're coming from, but really that was more like a verbal resume. Didn't really tell the story of how this all came about, and I just like to describe and explain a little bit more. You see, as I was growing up, and after my dad, Steve Francisco I, had achieved a lot of experience and really established himself as just a proven success in this business, he kept talking about he has a new dream. He wants to eventually start his own firm. He wanted to be his own boss and run the company, be the company owner. And this was a thought that he expressed to us all for years, saying, one day I'm gonna do this. One day I'm gonna do this. I feel confident that I have the ability to do this. Start his own business and become, successful. Make a little, make a lot of money, and provide and buy stuff, and take care of your family, and achieve more financial freedom, stability in your life, so on, etc. So Steve the First can't quit. It's hard to quit because for so many reasons as to why we don't take the leap of faith, step out there on a limb, and a lot of times that means starting your own business. And that's the career pathway for so many of us as the train goes by. It's to find out what skills you have, what you are good at, and where can you apply yourself. What is the purpose of your life? And what is, the destiny or the journey that is in store for your life? And where, so, and in this life, it's not necessarily about achieving the dream or the goal. It's about who you have to become and what you have to face, and to who you have to become in order to achieve that goal. Because you will not do it as the person you are today in the current state you are in. You have to become someone else. You have to grow to in order to become the type of person who does the things necessary to achieve your dream goal. So back to Steve the First. He says, I want to start my own business, and he makes a lot of money working at the company he worked at prior to ours. Made a lot of money. We had a nice house. He was able to provide me with a pretty comfortable life, a privileged life. And there's a lot of money in this industry. There's a lot of money in this business. But so now to my part of the story. Where do I come in? attending college. I graduated high school, went to college with the intention on getting a marketing degree. And, there was just so many distractions. And I wasn't ready to go to college. I wasn't ready to be serious about school. And I had other ambitions, I wanted to be in a band. I wanted to be a successful, famous music producer. So I was pursuing other avenues, came out swinging real hard. I was very strong and responsible in my first year of college. And then there was just too much going on, and I didn't want to miss out on anything, and I ended up playing too much basketball instead of doing homework, and so end up moving back home with Dad. Dad says, "Steve, what are you gonna do with your life? What are you doing? Do something with your life." So I took the college credits I had. I went to Tarrant County College. I received a degree, and it was an associate's degree. And I'm very proud of the education that I do have, because it was not easy, and I went through a lot to achieve the education that I do have. Not just in the sense of learning the material and regurgitating it on test, but just all the obstacles that happen in life, that can get in the way of a young man who doesn't have his priorities straight. So Papa Steve, he says, "Young son Steve, what are you gonna do with your life? How are you gonna make it?" And I said, jokingly, "Well, I could just go work where you work and do what you do, Dad." And he said, "Okay," we laughed about it, "whatever, Steve, go get a job, go do something." So, I did go get a job. No, I didn't. Not immediately, but, next thing you know, I got these small-time jobs. One thing leads to another. Get a little sales skills. And I see an ad on Facebook that my dad's company is hiring. And by this time, I'm somewhere around 30 years old, I guess. And I had to think to myself, well, I'm not really doing anything anyways, I haven't made it as a rock musician yet. My YouTube channels aren't doing very well, and I'm just doing this hourly job, so why don't I go apply to work where my dad works? And I get hired over there, and I work with my dad for somewhere around 2 years. And I had a really great experience there. I learned a lot of really great skills. Prospecting potential clients. What else? The act of making placements, prospecting potential clients, following up, making cold calls, getting orders, filling orders, making the placement, just everything, skills, Next thing I'm still a rookie in the game. I'm confident that I will have the ability soon to be very successful. And what? Sorry, I'm a little distracted while driving as well. But next part of the story. Times get tough. Things get slow for me at the company. And I needed to pay rent, so I had to just go ahead and I quit my job and started driving for Uber. So I made money pretty much right away and took care of things. But there was no way that I could leave this industry and not come back. So I start contemplating starting my own business. I know it was my daddy's dream that he talked about so much, but I do start my own business, and there's a lot of activity, and Steve Francisco Jr. is doing this, and Steve Francisco Jr. doing that. I think that maybe I did influence my dad to take that leap of faith a little bit, as maybe he could see that I was, getting some momentum. So eventually he left the company. He left the company and he said, I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to do this for myself. And I'm sure that was hard for the company he left, because my dad is highly experienced, skilled, and knowledgeable in making placements. And he's really like LeBron James, in a lot of sense. He's the superstar. So now, you start off your new company, things are very slow, you're brand new. You have to have faith in your ability. You have to have confidence in yourself. You have to believe in the idea, the principles of what you know to be true in your heart. And we had some success. We had some really good success. I mean, it's so encouraging to actually do business for real, and build a company and have them pay your invoice and legitimize everything you've been talking about for years, and feel like you're fulfilling your destiny. And I'm sure in a lot of ways it was good for the company he left too, because it was almost like kind of like when a head coach has been on the team too long and the message gets stale and old. You need a fresh way of doing things, a new perspective. Sometimes you got to get Jonah off the boat. If Jonah has a mission to do, and he goes and he says, I'm going to run away from that mission and I'm going to get on this boat and go to the other direction. Well, maybe if that's not the purpose that God has intended for your life, you're going to go through a storm and things are going to get rocky. Or let's say the waves get a little choppy. You might, sometimes you got to get Jonah off the boat in order to calm the storm. And so Steve was Jonah, the company was the boat. He got off the boat and followed what he believed to be the intended path that he decided for himself. So here we are today. We've achieved some success, and I feel like there's a lot of you out there that are holding back, waiting for the right circumstance or the perfect time to follow your dreams. And I'm here to tell you that there will never be the perfect time or perfect circumstances. You have to willing to be uncomfortable. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to, you know, you have to take that step, take that leap. Otherwise, and you might fail, but you won't regret it. The only thing you'll regret is never trying if you don't. You don't want to live to be old and regret the things that you never did. So that's our story. It's more than just we started our own company and we got this office and ho-hum. That's our story, and that's where we are here today. We are highly skilled. We are the best, because this is what we do. This is what, you know. That's all for now. I just wanted to, I think this is my first series of videos, so this is just an introduction. I think it's important to just establish like what it is that I'm trying to do and what is my goal with these videos. I want you to know who I am and what I do and why and how. And I can do this. I'm hungry for a chance at your business. Give me a chance, an opportunity to find something that you're looking for. And I will, because that's what I do. And, you know, the harder the better. And I really just want to thank you for sticking tuned to this 17-minute long video. And we will see you next time.